thanks for joining me for another craft session. Today I thought I would show you how to make fat balls for the birds. Now we feed the birds at home. We've got a garden which is quite nice and there's some trees in there, so we tend to have quite a lot of birds that come to the bird feeders. We have, especially this year, spent quite a bit on bird food, just because they've been keeping us entertained, and also we've had the young birds come and now I feel like I can't stop feeding them because they're so cute and I want to see them every day. So for this recipe you are going to need a bunch of things. You're going to need some hard fat. Now whether this be coconut oil or lard or suet, take your pick, it's totally up to you. You also going to need random nuts and seeds that you might have around the house. Now we don't eat too many seeds, so I just bought a really cheap bag of bird food. It cost £1. And then you're also going to need bits like porridge oats, maybe you've got some odds and ends of bread, some dried fruit like sultanas or raisins. I also picked up a bag of dried mealworms that the birds like. You are also going to need a big bowl to mix it all in. And then in terms of how you want the balls to dry, if you don't have a specific feeder to put the fat balls in, then you can always use a yogurt pot or a cream pot, one that you've washed out. And then what you would do then is put your piece of string in there and arrange the fat ball mixture around that. And then when it comes to it being dry, you can hang that up then in the tree without any need for anything else. If, like me, you've got something to put the suet balls in, maybe you just make balls of the mixture. You could also crush the mixture into a tub, or I have seen people using cake liners. Totally up to you. I guess it's whatever you've got in the house at the time that you're making these. So the general rule for the recipe is 1 part fat and 2 parts of whatever else it is that you're putting in there. So you need to melt your fat first. Obviously you need to get a little bit of adult help for this bit. Okay, so I've got my fat here in a pan that's melted. And I'm just going to roughly measure how much fat I've got. So I'm just measuring it into a bowl here, and then I can use the bowl afterwards then for my dry ingredients. So that's 1 bowl worth, about 1 1/4 bowls I've got here. So what I'll do is I'll times that by 2. So we've got 2 1/2 bowls then of dried ingredients that I'm going to use for these balls. So this is my bowl with all the ingredients in. So this is my bowl here with all the ingredients in, and I'm just going to mix that together. It's a bit like making cake, this. Okay, so it's time to like really gauge sort of how your mixture looks. That's still dripping is my mixture, so I'm just going to add some more porridge oats into there just to soak up the extra oils that are in there. Okay, so once you're at a point where you feel like the mixture's sort of clumping a little bit, you don't want it to be too dry, but you don't want it to be too sort of wet either. So it's clumping together a little bit, and then you want to get your pots ready. So if you are using a yogurt pot and you don't have a special suet ball holder, then you're going to need to pop a little hole in the bottom of here and feed your string then up through the hole. So I've got my hole in the bottom of my pot. I've just got twine here, but string will do. So you want to leave enough here so that you can bob your mixture into, and then this bit here will be the bit that you suspend your suet ball from. So I'm just going to go ahead now and fill this up. Till that's filled up, I'm just going to press it down nicely. And then that will need to sit in your fridge then overnight so that the fat can harden back up again. And then what you'll want to do is cut down the side, obviously get an adult's help, cut down the side, and then you'll have your fat ball that you can suspend. This end here is going to be your stopper end, so you'll need to tie a few knots in the end here so that your string doesn't fall out. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. Of course, if you get to do that now, don't worry, you can do it once the fat ball has set overnight. So I've popped all my mixture now into all my little vessels and containers. They're all in the fridge, so they should be ready for tomorrow. So I hope you've enjoyed today's session, guys. Happy bird feeding, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.